we dip into Westworld. We no longer can. He's legally changed his name to Ye. I don't even know if it's Ye West. I think it's just Ye. So Ye. Kanye West doesn't really do interviews very often, but he did an interview where he discussed a lot of different things. Um, he calls himself, so let's just get right into the goods. On vaccination status, he describes himself as half vaccinated. So he's taken one of the vaccines. Sorry, he's like one dose of one of the 2-dose vaccines, which is like a. It's weird. All the anti-vax people who have actually been vaccinated and don't want to lie about it, because they don't
You're
want to get
talking
in trouble for
Carlson's and stuff. Yeah.
because they don't want to get in trouble for like accidentally killing people. Like they always do this dance of like, oh no, I didn't fully listen to the shills. I didn't do everything they said. I didn't listen to all the rules. I did only one thing. Even Trump, he's like, oh yeah, I took the vaccine and I recommend you take it too. But only if it's your choice. You do it yourself. It's always got to be couched around this. You're special and you did the choice yourselves. You have your free will just
Your
like everyone
freedoms.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Well,
go to
freedom.
work. Now go to work like you're obviously free to do, or else you'll lose your job, and that'll be totally fine because you'll lose your house, which you're obviously free to do, and etc. Um, Donda Deluxe Edition, which I joked about last week, is actually coming. So that's great because, of course, a 2-hour album needs a deluxe edition.
Of songs that will be forever changed as well.
Uh, Kanye says his divorce from Kim Kardashian West isn't finalized. Um, he
Probably
apparently
because they're just deviating everything up.
yeah, Kanye West was apparently upset about Kim Kardashian's appearance on SNL, which didn't have to do with music, so I didn't have to pay attention to it, and I love that. Um, but yeah, Kanye saying my kids want their parents to stay together, so I want us to be together. It's usual like mid-divorce dad stuff. But the really juicy stuff is Kanye West standing with
Yep.
DaBaby and Marilyn Manson because he says, um, when I sit next to DaBaby and Marilyn Manson, they can't cancel a song. They'll hit you with the accusations of somebody who you was with 10 years ago, um, pulled in alleys against their will. That's different from a hug, but it's classified as the same thing. It's power in politics, power hungry maniacs control. This is 1984 mind control that we live in and mob mentality. So it kind of just goes into as a usual Kanye West thing, like not really making much sense. Like there's a lot of layers to this, as we also talk about like cancel culture doesn't really exist, and the fact that as we're talking about in this episode of Audioface, you can see another clip on YouTube or like very shortly on later in the podcast. DaBaby's back on tour.
Yep.
All right, like a month and a half ago, it's like, oh no, DaBaby's canceled and all this stuff doesn't happen. He's going back on tour. It's fine, like it's all good, like whatever. The word cancel has been given way too much weight, right? This is about Kanye West using his platform and making the choice to give Marilyn Manson and DaBaby an additional platform, and thereby, in a way, like kind of condoning a lot of the stuff they're being criticized for. And like,
Exactly. Especially Marilyn Manson is the really bad one to
yeah,
me. Like
yeah,
that's the one that is absolutely grievous because you have multiple people putting allegations against him and stuff, and pretty high level actresses and stuff putting allegations against him and suing him and doing a bunch of things, and it's pretty brutal what you read. So you're doing that, giving him a platform, like that's not, it's not right, my guy. But also Kanye's like has a schizophrenic mind, so who knows what the hell's going on in there, anyways.
yeah. We're also not expecting any more from Kanye West, but like, there's this thing with celebrities who get surprised at criticism and they call that criticism, they're trying to censor me, they're trying to cancel me. And it's like, no, you did a thing and you stand by your thing and you're totally fine to stand by that thing. And we can criticize you about it. We can talk about it. That's how it works. Um, and now we get to just the good shit. So randomly here and there, he's open to doing a versus, but he would never do a versus against Dre Z, but he would do one against Drake. And now we get to the good shit, all right? Because
I would pay $90 pay per view to watch that train wreck.
I would pay $9 because I wouldn't get enough bars out of that to make an album. Neither Kanye nor Drake can rap. Let us be clear. But no, Kanye took shots at Big Sean and John Legend, saying that basically he was just mad that Big Sean and John Legend wouldn't support / openly condemned Kanye West's run for 2020, saying that the worst thing I ever done was sign Big Sean. And of course, speaking of the election, Kanye West, like everyone, including Joe Rogan, claims he was shadow banned. But the Drizzy stuff, Kanye compared his relationship with Drake to like the NBA, you know? Quote, people are either on your team or they're on the other team. And everybody plays games in all different kinds of ways. And Kanye praised Drake for making massively accessible music and that it added something to the algorithm.
When you say, "Oh, thanks for making something to the algorithm," man, you've lost your shit.
I mean,
it's hilarious
at
for
YouTube,
music.
Yeah. For music, definitely.
It's different if you're a content creator because that's literally your job. But for music, you're like, thanks for making something for the algorithm. You're like, what in dystopian shit are we in? You're talking about 1984, my guy.
And also, there's a difference between like clout rappers who are using like SoundCloud and then like their own celebrity status on Twitter to make news that is very loosely related to their music versus Drake, who in the year 2021, 2022 is a superstar. So like if Drake pulled a Kanye and released Poop De Scoop De Poop, that would also be for the algorithm because Drake made a song. Drake released a .mp3 file onto the internet, and therefore the algorithm has been fed. Same with Kanye. In fact,
100%.
It feels like 100% projection to me. But what we really get into is Kanye confronting Drake on a lot of the raps. Quote, I had this conversation with Drake that's like, I never fucked Kim, but I was like, but you acted like you did. Did you ever DM her? Everything else around it. Cause it ain't about that. Cause it ain't just about the actual act of it. Because Kanye was quoting all the lyrics like, Hidden Hills, all this other stuff, like stuff that has been, deemed as like pot shots towards Kim, like Drake and Kim Kardashian. But I think what you're getting at, which is the funniest thing here, which is Drake lies in his music.
That's his whole music is clout, so I don't know what you want.
Like that's the revelation. Like just coming to it's like yes, yay. Drake lies. Drake is cap. Drake is a lot of cap, and we were talking about it in our review of Certified Lover Boy, and everyone talked about it too. That like there are certain parts of Drake like you can't take seriously because he's not.
And I said that at like Knife Talk with 21. It's hilarious hearing 21 go up there, literally like that's what he does, and then Drake trying to go on the same track and trying to act all gangster. Meanwhile, 21's over here like it's a knife.
Project Pat, 21 Savage, they're right in their element. Drake is like, what are you doing here, Sonny? You're trying to act like an OG, here, buddy? Okay, sure.
What's up, fella?
But yeah, Kanye is a mess, and in case you think he has seen the light when it comes to any of his ways, any of his positions. No. Marilyn Manson, Justin Bieber joined him at a recent Sunday service concert. I haven't seen any updates on whether or not the Sunday service people are being paid for their services on Sundays, but once we find out about that, we'll report it on Audioface.